They don't know why they're staring at you, but they can't stop. It's not your clothes. It's not your looks. It's something else, something they can't describe. It's your energy, your presence, your power. And even if they can't explain it, they feel it. Deep down, they feel it. That's why they keep watching you. That's why they talk about you. That's why your name stays in rooms you've never even walked into. Because when you're a chosen one, people sense it before you even speak. Your silence says more than most people's words. Your walk carries purpose. Your eyes hold storms and wisdom most will never understand. And that energy, it shifts everything around you. Some people get inspired by it. Others get intimidated, but no one forgets it. You see, when you're truly chosen, your aura isn't subtle. It breaks through the noise. It disrupts the ordinary. And people feel that vibration, even if they don't understand what it is. They watch you because your spirit awakens something in them. Sometimes admiration, sometimes envy, but always emotion, because your presence reflects back what they're not used to seeing. Truth, authenticity, power that wasn't given by man and can't be taken by man. You've probably noticed it your whole life. The stares, the way people shift when you enter a space, the way they try to figure you out without ever really asking. They just know you're different. You don't have to say much. Your energy introduces you before you speak, and they either respect it or they resist it. It's not always easy being watched, especially when it feels like you're being judged or misunderstood. But this isn't about ego. It's about purpose. You were born with light that can't be ignored. That's why people always feel something when you're near. That's why they project, gossip, or follow you silently. Your spirit disrupts comfort zones. You break illusions just by existing. They feel something ancient when they're around you, something familiar, even if they've never met you. That's because your soul carries codes that wake up dormant parts of others. You don't just walk into rooms, you activate rooms. And whether they love you or hate you, they know one thing for sure: you're not like the rest. That's why you've been copied, imitated, watched closely by people who don't even like you. It's not personal, it's spiritual. They feel your power, and it stirs something in them they can't ignore. Some want to learn from it, others want to compete with it. But the truth is, they can't duplicate what was divinely placed inside you. You don't need attention, it finds you. You don't chase validation, it chases you. And the more you step into your true self, the more magnetic you become. People start to feel convicted around you, not because you're judging them, but because your light reveals their shadows. You reflect what they've buried. And that's why the chosen are often attacked, misunderstood, or isolated. Not because they're wrong, but because they're real. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out, to disturb systems, to question what others accept blindly. And even if they don't say it, people feel your frequency. It lingers. It changes the atmosphere. That's power, real power, and it can't be faked. But here's the part most won't tell you. With great energy comes great responsibility. When you carry that much light, you also attract darkness. You become a target for projections, jealousy, energetic leeches, because people want what you have without knowing what it cost you. They feel the glow, but not the grief. They admire the shine, but not the suffering that birthed it. They didn't see the nights you cried alone, the battles you fought in silence, the storms you overcame when no one believed in you. That's what gave you your power. That's what made your presence undeniable. You were refined in fire, and it shows. And now, people feel it when you enter the room. They don't know your story, but they feel your strength. They don't know your past, but they respect your presence. And some can't help but stare, because something in them remembers something in you. Maybe it's from a past life. Maybe it's a soul contract. Maybe it's just truth recognizing truth. But the pull is real, and the attention is confirmation. So no, you're not imagining it. They are watching you. They are talking about you, but it's not a curse. It's a sign that your energy is rising. Your frequency is getting louder. You're not who you were a year ago, not even who you were last week. Something is shifting in you, aligning, activating, and they feel it. They feel the fact that you no longer seek permission, that you've stopped watering yourself down, that you're walking in purpose, even if you don't have all the answers yet. And that scares people who are still hiding. It threatens those who haven't faced themselves. But that's not your burden. That's their mirror. You're not here to shrink for comfort. You're here to be seen, fully, authentically, powerfully. And the more you embrace that, the more the world begins to respond. You start attracting aligned souls, divine opportunities, next-level growth, but also more eyes, more opinions, more weight. It comes with the territory. And if you're still listening, you're one of the few who was built for this. You didn't come here to live small. You didn't incarnate to blend in. You came to lead, to awaken, to shake the very ground you walk on. And you're doing it, quietly, relentlessly, radiantly. They feel it. They watch because they feel what words can't explain. They sense that something about you is different, and they're right. You're still here. That says everything. Most people can't sit with energy this real. It makes them uncomfortable, because in a world addicted to filters and masks, raw truth feels like fire. And you, chosen one, you are fire. Not the kind that burns recklessly, but the kind that purifies, that lights the way, that exposes what's been hiding in the dark. People sense it even when you say nothing. That's why strangers stare, why people watch your stories but never like, why they orbit your energy but rarely support it. It's because your power makes them feel something they've forgotten, something they've buried. You remind them of who they were before the world convinced them to dim their light. And whether they realize it or not, that triggers them. You don't need to say a word to make an impact. Your energy does the talking. Your vibration speaks volumes. And in silence, you become even louder, because you're not performing for attention. You're aligned with something higher, something real, something eternal. People can feel when someone's walking in truth. There's a calmness, a grounded intensity, a presence that can't be explained, but can't be ignored. That's you. And you've probably started noticing the shifts lately. People treating you differently, opportunities opening, others pulling away. That's not a coincidence. That's alignment. You're moving in purpose now. And when that happens, the universe begins to remove everything that can't come with you. Don't chase what's falling away. Don't explain your growth to people who stopped growing. You're not becoming arrogant. You're becoming aware. Aware of your value. Aware of your mission. Aware of the fact that being watched is part of the path. Because people don't watch what doesn't matter. People don't monitor what doesn't move them. They feel your rise. They feel your glow. And some are just waiting to see if you'll break under pressure. But what they don't understand is that pressure is what made you. You were forged in silence, sharpened in shadows, elevated in isolation. You learned how to shine without an audience, how to love yourself when no one clapped. And that is why your energy is so potent. It was built in truth, not in performance. So when they watch you now, they're not just watching a person. They're witnessing purpose. And that's why it hits different. Some will support you, others will mock you. Some will stay silent while copying your every move. That's okay. Your light isn't meant to be understood by everyone. It's meant to be felt. And those who are aligned with it will know. They'll recognize it instantly, like a soul remembering its source. You don't need validation. You are the evidence. You've walked through fire and came out with grace. You've been counted out and still rose. You've cried alone and still showed up. That's what they feel when they watch you. That's why they can't look away. And the more you embrace that truth, the more unstoppable you become. You'll begin to see it in real time. Doors opening that no one can shut. Opportunities finding you. People confessing they've been watching you for years, quietly inspired. That's the power of alignment. You don't chase it, it finds you. But remember this: don't shrink because eyes are on you. Don't silence yourself to make others comfortable. Don't dull your light to protect people's insecurities. You weren't given this energy to play small. You were given it to shift the atmosphere. So take up space, speak with clarity, move with confidence, not arrogance, clarity. You're not better than anyone, but you're also not less than anyone. And your power, it comes from God, the universe, source, whatever you call it. It's divine, and it's real. That's why you've been watched since you were young. That's why you've always felt eyes on you. Because something about you always stood out. Even when you tried to fit in, even when you dimmed your light, it never worked. Because real light can't hide for long. And now you're stepping fully into it.